This feeling is completely amazing. I'm really happy. I would like to speak in Spanish for all these people. Muchas gracias a toda la gente que está aquí apoyándome. ¡Esto es por México!
Welcome to Race of Champions.
Let's go racing. Bring on the noise.
The Race of Champions Mexico 2019 features 20 drivers battling it out to be crowned the champion of champions.
They battle head-to-head in identical cars, so only driver skill determines who wins.
It's, I think, the only event in the world that brings along all the drivers from different series. So if you put everybody together, it creates a very good mix. And I think it's what makes this event so special.
Frederick and his team do a great job of just making the drivers relax. Then go out on the track and see on that day who's the best.
Dead serious competition, you have no excuse, you can't say that somebody had a better car. But then outside, hang out, enjoy yourself, meet and speak with people that you've only watched on TV and admired.
In a round one knockout stage, 8 drivers have been drawn in 4 best-of-3 shootouts to fight for the final places in the group stage. 4 groups of 4 drivers will then face all others in their group. Each win earns a point, with the top 2 advancing to the knockout stages. The quarterfinals and the semi-finals are both straight one-off knockout races. Winner takes all and progresses to the next round. The final is a best-of-3, with the first driver to win 2 heats crowned as Champion of Champions 2019. Race of Champions is famous for bringing together a wide range of drivers from a multitude of disciplines. As they entered the cauldron of the Foro Sol, played in by a mariachi band, these drivers showed a wide range of dancing styles as well, some obviously better suited behind the wheel of a race car. Keeping their feet firmly on the pedals, some certainly had the moves, much to the delight of the Mexican crowd. And the crew took a moment to send a message of support to Michael Schumacher, friend to Race of Champions and father of Mick, making his debut in 2019. A final qualification session would determine the final 4 places in the group stages. Abraham Calderon was already on a winning streak, having qualified through Mexico and defeated Andy Prio 2-1. Before Le Mans star Loic Duval beat Helio Castroneves, pressing the rest of the field in the Rule 05.
Super smooth, that's 0 oversteer. Like, not...
Another who's performed well this weekend is Mick Schumacher, who beat Memo Rojas on his way to the group stages.
Really fast, huh?
The 2 E-Rock champs faced off for the last spot, Enzo Benito beating James Baldwin. So confirmation then of who will take the final 4 places in the group. It's Calderon, Duval, Schumacher and Enzo Benito. So the lineup for Group A: reigning champion David Coulthard, Tom Christensen, local hero Pato O'Ward and Abraham Calderon. O'Ward had been the man in form on Saturday and picked up where he left off, beating Coulthard in the Rock car. Also in the Rock car, Tom Christensen made the most of a Calderon mistake to seal his first win of the day. Pato O'Ward's absence at the Saturday night party had been noted, perhaps saving his energy, but worked out as he defeated fellow Mexican Calderon for his second point.
I wanted to go to the party. I was planning to take a power nap, but that power nap extended to over like 7 hours.
Two ROC veterans, Christensen and Coulthard, slugged it out in the UTVs, Christensen taking his second win. No rest for Coulthard as he headed straight back out in the very next heat. The veteran took his revenge on Calderon, but it wasn't to be for Coulthard as the reigning champ would bow out in the group stages. The final Group A encounter did Christensen against O'Ward in the KTM crossbows. Christensen took the win and topped the group. Christensen and O'Ward going through, Coulthard and Calderon going home. As if the racing itself weren't entertaining enough, Terry Grant is on hand and Lee Bowers to show their skills. A regular at Race of Champions, Terry Grant making himself at home everywhere he goes in the world. The lineup for Group B: Christopherson, De Grassi, Joseph Newgarden and Loic Duval. Double World Rallycross champion Christopherson put points on the board, beating Newgarden in the KTM crossbows. Loic Duval then took on De Grassi in the same car, Duval with an encouraging win after a difficult day in the Nations Cup. Straight into the ROC car for Duval, and this time he battled with Newgarden. Fellow Team USA man Ryan Hunter-Ray encouraging his compatriot. Lucas De Grassi then stuttered his ROC car on the start line against Christopherson and then hit the barriers not once, but twice. The Swede collecting his easy second win. Christopherson now in the aerial atom, this time against Duval. Duval's win earned him top spot in Group B. In the final race of Group B, Lucas De Grassi needed to beat Newgarden in the aerial atom. The Brazilian took the win, but it wasn't enough, and that was the end of ROC 2019 for both these drivers. Confirmation then, Christopherson and Duval go through to the quarterfinals. And so to Group C, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Suarez, Benito Guerra and Mick Schumacher. And it was quite a start for Group C. Mexican local Benito Guerra beats 2015 ROC champion Sebastian Vettel in the Vulcar that's produced right here in Mexico City.
What was it like to be out there?
It was amazing, particularly being with Benito. The lap that he did was amazing. The track is very nice. All the people here cheering for him. So it was very special and he did a great job.
Daniel Suarez was struggling with the Vul 05 ROC, allowing Schumacher an easy win. Now Suarez had a technical fault, but the rules of Race of Champions state a driver has to raise concerns over any technical issues prior to taking the race start for it to be reconsidered. The stock car driver was fast, but suffered bad luck all weekend. The German ROC rookie continued his victory series and placed himself in a good position to qualify. Vettel is under pressure, the only driver at this point left in the field to have been a former champion of champions. Was this going to be his year again? The 31-year-old German kept his chance to qualify with a win against the Mexican Suarez. And all German Heat 21, future against present, and new Ferrari member Mick Schumacher against four-time F1 world champion Vettel.
And away we go then. Schumacher against Vettel, Germany against Germany, master against apprentice. They were teammates yesterday, there is no time for mates today.
And those of you watching in black and white, it's Vettel in the black car and Schumacher in the orange car, because of course they both got the German flag. That's how you spot it. So Schumacher's in the orange, Vettel's in the black.
Yeah, Schumacher nearest the camera at the moment. Sebastian Vettel powering his way down towards the left-hander and doing very nicely. Brilliant slide on around that left-hander there. When the advantage with Michael Schumacher as a comfortable 1-2 of 2.6 seconds. Vettel's going to have to pull something out of the back here. Remember, Schumacher with 2 wins, Vettel with only 1 so far. Sebastian Vettel really does need this victory. Schumacher looking very composed, very calm behind the wheel and getting the slide on himself as well. Schumacher against Vettel, it is going to be Mick Schumacher who takes it.
So Vettel's hopes of progressing were now out of his hands. He needed Suarez to beat Benito Guerra in the final heat of the group. The Mexican NASCAR ace Daniel Suarez failed to progress after crashing out of his last race, while Guerra made it through with 2 wins. That meant Sebastian Vettel went out in the group stages. Confirmation then, we will have a new champion of champions, because Vettel is out. Group D, the last group, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Gutierrez, Ryan Hunter-Reay and Enzo Benito.
I think it's going to be tight. We have a pretty good group, right? Yeah. So, four really good. I mean, all the drivers are super fast, but now it's exciting and it's good to have this like competition spirit and a bit of adrenaline, and that's what we love as a driver.
Pierre Gasly obviously had better control of his Super XX UTV and beat the IndyCar 2012 champion Ryan Hunter-Reay. Up next, a local who was desperate to make it through to the quarterfinals. First win for Mexican Gutierrez at almost half a second against sim racer Benito. Inaugural E-Rock champion Benito bounced back with an impressive win against Ryan Hunter-Reay, still in the hunt for a place in the quarterfinals. There was a second win for the Frenchman Pierre Gasly against local Gutierrez. Gasly almost qualified for the next round already. Yep, Gasly made it through the groups with a perfect record, topping Group D with 3 wins out of 3, putting the Italian Benito out. Gasly would be joined in the quarterfinals by Gutierrez with his second win. Indy 500 winner Ryan Hunter-Reay went out without winning a single race. The home crowd pretty pumped to see 3 Mexicans in the quarterfinals. Gasly and Gutierrez go through. So we have our quarterfinals complete. Tom Christensen against Loic Duval, Johan Kristoffersen against Pato O'Ward. And on the other side of the draw, Mick Schumacher against Esteban Gutierrez, Pierre Gasly against Benito Guerra. Entertainment guaranteed as we head into the quarterfinals, the semi-finals and the final to see who will be crowned 2019 Champion of Champions here in Mexico City.
"30 years Race of Champions. What an amazing journey."
Since 1988, Race of Champions brings together some of the world's best drivers from all the major disciplines in motorsport.
This is a truly unique event. There's no other event in the world where we get to compete and share stories with drivers from other disciplines.
Track. You're the TRC champion, man. You got this.
Great circuits, great stadiums, many fantastic locations all around the world.
It's always fun, there's always lots of action, and it's always a great show.
It's such a privilege to see all of these drivers coming from around the world, gathering in one place with a smile on their face for Race of Champions.
2013 Le Mans winners Loic Duval and Tom Christensen faced off in the first of the quarterfinals. Here in Mexico, they raced in the Voul 05. At midpoint, the Dane led. Would it be enough? Duval relished racing in the Voul and at the line took the win and the congratulations of another former Audi teammate, Lucas de Grassi. On to quarterfinal B, and Pato O'Ward, the crowd favourite, faced a tough challenge in Christopherson in a rallycross car.
And away we go once again, and I think both drivers kept to the line for a very, very long time.
So we saw this matchup yesterday, and of course this is a Swede, a double world rallycross champion in a Swedish-built rallycross car, so you'd have to think all the money should be on Johan Christopherson.
But there was a tenth of a second in it. Yes, in Christopherson's favour, but Pato O'Ward put up a great performance, and it's with movements like that. Honestly, that was utterly delightful watching him through that little combination there, and he's what? 2.2 seconds down. He can make that up. Make no mistake, this is not Christopherson with the trophy or with the victory in the bag just yet. Some very, very tricky points on this circuit still to come as we ride on board then with the Rallycross champion. That, though, looked very impressive. And they both reached the final corner at exactly the same time. Who's going to take it? Guess what? The Rallycross driver has been beaten in the Rallycross car.
Wow.
Pato O'Ward from Mexico has done it.
Listen to the crowd. The crowd have gone absolutely loco.
So with the first semi-final decided, who will be in semi-final B? Mick Schumacher had been in imperious form all weekend. But when it came to the winner-takes-all quarter-final against Esteban Gutierrez in the KTM Crossbows, it was the Mexican who won, meaning there would now be at least 2 Mexicans in the semi-finals. Naturally, the Mexico City crowd were ecstatic. Rally driver Benito Guerra also thrilled the home crowd. He reached the semi-finals by beating Pierre Gasly. Here the Frenchman risked too much and lost time with a big slide.
So here we go then. France against Mexico. It's a one-lap straight shootout semi-final for a place in the Champion of Champions final. Bells rising and away we go, and everyone just wanted this race to get underway. The tension just unbearable on the line here. Loic Duval, we can follow him now in the black car. In the KTM Crossbow, in the white car, it is Patricio O'Ward who's had the better start. They both seem to get off the line particularly well. I just get the feeling that it's been a much better first lap for Loic Duval. He's certainly got the advantage in terms of time, but that's quite a big margin of 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, I would say just from watching his driving style, Loic, and that timing at the split, I think Loic Duval is going to cause the first big upset for the Mexican crowd right now in about 10 seconds' time.
However, he needs to keep calm, he needs to keep it together, and he might just have clipped the barrier a little bit there, and he might just have lost a little bit of time, because they're coming to the line very, very close on this near side. Loic Duval takes it by 0.2 of a second.
The next matchup is coming up to the line. The second semi-final here in Mexico City, and the crowd either way are going to be incredibly vocal at this point. Esteban Gutierrez against Benito Guerra.
Can't wait for this one. Does the rally driver have the advantage? Can Gutierrez keep his form going? Mexico against Mexico, a little tentative on this near side for Benito Guerra. Esteban Gutierrez might just have a 10th in hand in the opening quarter of this first part of the lap, but it could all change from here on in. Guerra taking the long left-hander and doing it in supreme style.
Gutierrez is the car with the orange flashes on it. Guerra has the all-black rock car.
Black Rock car crosses the line then, but what is his advantage at the halfway point? It is 2.6 seconds, give or take a few hundredths. Guerra looking good. Gutierrez having to fight back now. He obviously takes the part of the lap that Guerra has just excelled on. So can Esteban Gutierrez excel himself and pull it out of the bag? They get down now to the final corner. Guerra just with a little advantage. Gutierrez trying to fight back on the near side. It is Benito Guerra who takes it by 1/10 of a second. And boy, oh boy, was that close.
Couldn't be a better final than being against a Mexican here in Mexico when you see the crowd and the people, you know. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be difficult for sure. They are home. You know?
So there we are, confirmation, the final between Loic Duval and Benito Guerra.
Nothing against the Mexicans. I'm sure they, favor their local homeboy, but I have a bit of a history with Loic and admiration for him, so I hope he makes it.
So all eyes on Loic Duval. His rock debut and he's made it through to the final. Can he follow in the footsteps of compatriot Sebastian Loeb and be champion of champions? Or will it be Benito Guerra on home soil? The WRC2 driver would really love to win in his hometown, his second visit to Race of Champions. And this circuit does suit his style. Benito Guerra used to surface changes and throwing the car around, and in the first race he's in a very, very sympathetic type of machinery, the rallycross car, very much suiting his style. The advantage pays off. Benito Guerra puts one win on the points column.
So, the silver car is the Audi man, Loic Duval. The orange car is the rally man, Benito Guerra. He is one up as we head in to our second matchup in the final. And the boat got a bit bogged down at the start a little bit there, but away, powering down that back straight goes Benito Guerra, whilst tackling the tricky infield sector goes Loic Duval, throwing the ball round the left-hander, and that just feels beautiful behind the wheel for Benito Guerra. And now getting a bit of drift on and a bit of slide as well, as attacking the final corner comes Loic Duval. Let's see the split time. Guerra 25.8, Duval 28.2.
Well, I've got a feeling that this could be Mexico 2-0. I think Benito's got this.
Loic Duval is going to have to pull something out of the bag. Normally it takes a day to be a champion. He's got a few seconds to try and keep himself in the hunt. Round the final turn we go. Guerra comes to the line. Benito Guerra, the Mexican, has taken the Race of Champions, champion of champions in 2019.